right, it's Monday morning. I'm outside of the Goodwill here in Durango, Colorado. Gonna race in here and see if I can't find some good stuff to resell for profit. Alrighty, this is a Tiger Woods dry fit collection golf polo shirt. I don't buy a lot of golf polos, but I'm gonna go ahead and scoop this one up because it seems to be pretty clean. It's only about $5. And it is Tiger Woods, which has sold for me in the past. Here's a pair of some Patagonia men's khaki pants. These are way dirty, way beat up, so I will pass on them. This is a vintage Mattel Jack in the Box, but they got it priced way up, and it's actually missing some of the stickers that are decorative on the sides of the box. It does play and it works, but because of the overall cost and what it's worth, I'm gonna skip on it. Very cool though. All right, this is a willow tree piece, and this stuff just hasn't been moving very good for me, and it's priced out. Gonna pass.
Come on. There we go. Your total is $640.
All right, so unfortunately, Goodwill Durango has been another strikeout. This is like a month I've been coming up here and just haven't been able to find more than one or two things each time I come, but that's all right. Again, thrifting's hard, reselling's hard, finding inventory's hard, and it's kind of fun. So gonna move on to the next place. All right, I'm outside the Methodist Thrift, and again, this is the small thrift store up in Durango, but sometimes I find some really great deals on clothing for really cheap, and occasionally a hard good, and often some really good running shoes, even though their shoes are priced up. So let's see what we can find. Came across a Ralph Lauren Bolo, and I'm not sure if this is a dress shirt or if it's pajamas, but this is a purple label, and it is a button-up shirt. I think it is dress shirt, but for that price, and that tag, made in Italy, I'll grab it. And this is a women's cable knit cardigan, and it's not wool, it's just cotton, but I might go ahead and grab it. I've had some luck with this type of garment last year, and LL Bean usually sells for me. I ran into another Bolo. This is an Arc'teryx waffle knit quarter zip. It's in pretty clean condition and a pretty clean price. Definitely gonna grab this, one of my favorite brands. These are Peter Millar camo golf pants, and the price is definitely there, and anything camo is pretty popular. I don't usually buy Peter Millar unless it's got a really cool print on it, but can't pass these up. I got a pair of Hokas for $26 and a pair of women's On Cloud shoes for about $20. I will probably grab the On Clouds, but I'm not certain about the Hokas because they're very dirty and they're priced up.
$4. Okay, try again. $42.82.
All right, so things definitely heated up in there. I got a purple label Ralph Lauren shirt. I got an Arc'teryx quarter zip. Got some cool Peter Millar golf shorts, and also a pair of On Cloud shorts. I did have to pay up $42, but every one of these items are really good, really quality, and there's a couple Bolos in there. I'm gonna boogie down to the last thrift store and see if I can't find anything and get on my way. All right, so I'm standing outside my last stop up here in Durango today. Gonna race in here. This thrift store hasn't been real prosperous for me lately, but there's been a change in management, a change in how they price some of the clothing, and just an overall change in the people that work here, as well as the layout of the store. So gonna stay optimistic. I'm definitely glad I picked up the items I did at the last stop. Not sure what I'll come up with today, but gonna go in there and race around, see what I can find. All right, I blazed through a couple hundred shirts here, a bunch of jackets, all kinds of jeans, looked at the shoes. Not finding much of anything but some overpriced, hand-me-down, donated clothes. So a bit disappointed, didn't find anything at this last thrift stop, but I'm gonna go ahead and head back to New Mexico, hit that last thrift store that's right down the road from my house, just see if I can't find anything to throw into the haul. But nonetheless, that's thrifting. As I always say, stay positive. Remember, it's up and down. There's good days, there's bad days, and then there's days in between. And that's all I got. Last stop of the day at my local thrift right down the road from my house. They're doing $5 bag Monday, so let's see if I can't find something to take home to resell. Came up with a couple Rugged Flex Carhartt work shirts. They do have some outside embroidery on them. And I got this cowboy hardware women's vest, Carhartt hoodie, and then I also came up with a Cabela's Goosetown parka. It's kind of hard to unroll right now. I'll go ahead and show you it when I get home as part of my haul. But a few good things, all for $10. So just got home. It was an okay day thrifting out there. I still did find some Bolos, and I'm excited about that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and show you what I came up with this morning, give you an idea of my picks, and give you an idea of what I might be able to sell these items for, as well as tell you what I paid for them. So this is my haul after several hours of thrifting this morning. I was able to come up with 11 items total, but I'm only going to be sharing about 9 of them with you, simply because 2 of the items were a little bit dirty, a little beat up, and I'm not so certain I'm going to list those 2 items. But nonetheless, I'm going to jump off this stool and go through each of these items individually and tell you what I came up with. I picked this Tiger Woods Nike Dry Fit golf polo this morning for $4.99, and I've sold Tiger Woods golf polos in the past, and they seem to sell very fast. I typically shy away from golf polos unless they're like Grayson or Roback or those ultra premium expensive brands, but I've sold Tiger Woods golf polos in the past pretty quick, so I didn't want to shy away from this guy, especially for $5. So I picked these Peter Millar men's performance camouflage golfing pants for $4, and oddly enough, I just sold a Peter Millar golf polo shirt in this same colorway and print maybe a month back, and so I had confidence that it would sell because camo is really hot right now. And Peter Millar, I tend to stay away from the cotton items, but I do like his performance shirts and anything that's performance material, and so for $4 I couldn't pass. I'm hoping I should get right around $30 for these pants. So I picked up this women's Cowboy Hardware soft shell vest at my local thrift store right down the road from my house. And they were running a $5 bag day because they do that on Mondays. So I paid less than a few dollars for this vest. And I'm hoping I probably should get somewhere between, I don't know, $22 to $25 for it. Maybe even a little bit more. Oh, I also picked up these 2 Carhartt Rugged Flex long sleeve work shirts. They are new with tags, but unfortunately they do have an outside company's embroidery on the chest, which will devalue them some. But anything that has new with tags, I always tell people, look it up. It might be worth the grab. And since Carhartt is one of my big bread and butter money makers, I just couldn't pass on these. I paid less than $1.70 for each of these shirts. So now you know why I couldn't walk away from them. Hard to say what I'll get out of them. Maybe somewhere between, I don't know, $17 to $23, I'm hoping. Maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. Carhartt's a great brand, and these seem to be the heavier, more durable material. So hopefully I'll be able to get a sale out of it. It was such a cheap price, I just couldn't pass on it. I picked up this LL Bean chunky cable knit cardigan for $7 up in Durango this morning. And that might be paying up a little bit on it, but if you use the right keywords on a sweater or a cardigan like this, it's usually a pretty easy sell, especially with a tag like LL Bean. Unfortunately, it's not wool, it's all cotton, but it's in pretty good shape, and it's also XL, and that's a good size to sell in women's. And so this time of year, this is fall clothing at its best, and I just couldn't pass up on it for $7. I'm hoping I could probably get somewhere between $29 and $39 for this cardigan. All right, so if you know, you know. On Cloud is a great brand, and most shoes I would never pay $20 for, especially in used condition. But On Clouds and Hoka's I will pay up for, and even if I don't triple my profit on these type of shoes, I'm always confident they'll resell and I'll get my money back. And so these have a cool colorway, but they're definitely gonna need some love. They're gonna need cleaned up. I'm thinking I probably could get somewhere between $40 to $50 for these if I can get them clean enough, and that's not too bad of a turn. $20 is a lot to pay, but this is a great brand with a very fast and high sell-through rate. All right, this is definitely a Bolo brand and probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite, outdoor adventure apparel brand. When you talk about Gorp Core, Arc'teryx is at the top of the list. This, I believe, is a vintage half-zip women's waffle knit pullover sweater. I only paid $4.50 for this at a thrift store in Durango this morning. It's got a beautiful olive color to it, and it is a decent size. It's medium. Hard to say what I'll get out of this guy, probably somewhere between $45 to $55, I'm hoping. I have not looked up the comps on it yet, but if you see this little dinosaur skeleton on any garment, pick it up. It's Arc'teryx. So this is definitely a first-time Bolo find for me. This is a Ralph Lauren purple label men's dress shirt. It's size medium. Shirt's in pretty good overall condition. It does have one little dark spot near one of the front buttons. That's okay. I'm going to take a chance on it. I only gave $4 for this shirt. And this is probably a perfect example of the thrift store's pricing employees just not realizing that this shirt was of the value it is. And that's where guys like me come into play, because if you know your brands, if you know the tiers of different brands, and you just know quality, you'll be on the lookout for any Ralph Lauren purple or black label garments. Hard to say what I can get out of this. I haven't even looked it up yet. I'm just super excited to finally come across one of these, because I do find a lot of Ralph Lauren, but I've never found a purple or black label garment by Ralph Lauren. So nonetheless, hopefully I can get that spot out and it sells for a good amount of money. But that is it. This is my haul for the day. I'm grateful. Thanks for joining along. If you have any questions, please reach out, make a comment. I love to get back with people. I love to visit about reselling, and I love to always learn more about what I'm doing, because that's where I'm going to get my success as things tend to change. But if you like this video, please like, make a comment, or subscribe. I'm out.